Here's your daily updates. Newsman Dennis Daly offers his take on the events of the day in another daily video blog.
Hi, and thanks again, everybody. I am standing on yet another section of abandoned highway, but this one is pretty special. It is old Route 66 through the Cajon Pass. And the reason that this section is closed is that if you go far enough down the road, you end up in all of the embankment and changes in lay of the land when they built the intersection of the 215 and the 15. You know, in previous reports, we have talked about places you could go to see some pretty dramatic highways in California, but most of them are too far away to be a day trip or half-day trip from the Coachella Valley. This spot is not. It's just a little over an hour away. And not only, as I will show you, is this valley incredible when it comes to highway construction, it's also a favorite spot for people who like to look at trains. And when it came time to improve the area, they came down into the Cajon Valley where there were already 2 crossings by rail. Many American highways simply followed alongside old railroad tracks. And we can see that through I-10 and the railroad in the Coachella Valley. There's a train through here nearly every 10 minutes because this is a major transportation artery. That is why so many people from around America come here just to watch the trains. And if you do take a notion to come here and drive old 66, notice that this used to be 4-lane. But now the northbound side has been, well, slowly given back to nature. And the southbound side has been made 2-lane, the way it was in the very beginning. It's a fun road to drive, but don't forget there are some interesting side trips up here. And if you ever do come through the Cajon Valley on the old road, take a little jog about 3 minutes to your west, and you will find this railroad crossing where 3 train tracks squeeze together to come through between the ridge and the creek and 66. Boy, this is one transportation corridor through here, and for many who drove old 66 looking for a better life out west, there were many memories left here. And speaking of the pioneers, here along our side trip, a man panning for gold. And back on the road, if old 66 seems obsolete compared to I-15, just think about what the pioneers had to go through. There's an old road up on the ridge here that's a good example. And they tell us that this is the way the Cajon Pass Ridge looked in pioneer times. You could get a mule or a steady horse up here, but carting a wagon up to Victorville was a big hassle. And so the coming of modern equipment and the building of a modern highway was a boon to transportation, and it was almost a miracle, even compared to now obsolete old 66. So here we are at another windy dead end, and we seem to end up at a lot of windy dead ends. This is the north end of the old section of Route 66. It's as far as you can go. Construction on I-15 changed the lay of the land here. Get off here in the Cajon Valley. Drive the old section of Route 66. Stop and watch the trains. It's a great diversion and another lesson in history. I'm Dennis Daly with your Daily News Update.